Hello, Aries. Welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the energies and predictions for the sign of Aries for the new moon in Leo. So, new moons are always a great time to bring in some fresh energy, create a new start in your life. And this new moon in particular, this new moon in Leo, is a great time to build confidence, create independence, and more importantly, take initiative on the things you want to start. So, let's go ahead and see what's coming forward for you on this July 24th new moon in Leo. Just keep in mind that this is a general reading, so you may take the messages that resonate, drop the ones that do not, and feel free to check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now, you'll feel the energies of this new moon in Leo more strongly. You'll feel the energies, most around obviously the 24th and 5 days before, 5 days after. All right, but I've set the timeline on this reading to be from the 24th all the way to August. Let me just double check here. 9th. Yeah, August 9th, which is the full moon in Aquarius. So another note is that like intentions that you set on any full moon, you could see these intentions play out over the next 6 months, year, just something to consider. But I like to have a sort of time frame on my readings to the best of my ability. So, all right, Aries, let's go ahead and let's take a look at what's going on here for you. All right, I think that's good enough to me. Energy on the bottom, you do have the Lovers card. The Lovers card can represent an important choice that one has to make in their life. This obviously can connect to your significant relationships. And this would be longer term relationships or a deep union that you have with another person. And usually it can also represent like this idea of duality. The Lovers card is the sign of Gemini here, and Gemini is the sign of duality. You also see the two people. The angel here has both of their hands, the two hands that are out. And for some of you here, you may have dual like sort of timelines happening for you during this period of time. But let's try to dive into this and get some more like specific details on what might be coming forward for you here during this new moon in Leo. All right. So you have a really nice, just at the surface level here, just taking a quick glance, you have a pretty good energy here showing up. I think some of you have the Leo energy for sure, which I love to see. I think some of you are kind of like really close to having a success in either work, career, or in a financial setting here. You're very close to this. You may receive a test, so to speak, from the universe as it relates to that. We'll try to dive into that more as we go along. But just diving in here, in the middle, you do have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is a card that may ask you to really trust your gut, to really trust your intuition. This is one of the most intuitive cards in the tarot. All right, it can really speak to somebody who has a strong intuition, Aries. This may also be the traditional sort of like therapist in the tarot. So when I see this card, sometimes I say like, okay, do you have a friend? If you're not interested in like, reaching out to a professional, which I do encourage people to do that. I'm a huge fan of therapy, but if that's not your vibe or if that's not something you want to do, I also understand that. And so you may have like a friend that's a really good listener, that you can maybe talk to, something along these lines. You may also just have a general feeling about something that is going on here. Okay, you may be able to sort of see the writing on the wall, so to speak, with the Queen of Cups energy here in the middle, Aries, during this period of time. All right, in the first column, you have the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and the Ten of Wands. All right, so the Knight of Swords, it's a card I've been getting a lot in the last couple weeks. And, the Knight of Swords, it is about striking while the iron is hot. I think, as this is a new moon in Leo reading, I think do not wait on setting some type of intention for yourself. If you feel like this is a great time to initiate something, this is a green light for you to do that. Yes, this new moon is during a retrograde, and yes, is it the best idea to start things during retrogrades? Maybe not, but people always start things during retrogrades, right? And who knows how it will play out or shake out. I think it's kind of worse to do nothing, even, regardless of the astrology, it's kind of worse to do nothing. So if you feel a really strong pull to initiate something, especially if it's something that you've been thinking about before the 18th of July, which 18th of July is when retrograde started. If you've been thinking about this before that time, it's a really, really good time to make this happen. But regardless, this is saying go for it, is really what the Knight of Swords is saying. It can be an event that happens in your life that happens very, very quickly. It can even speak to gut level instinct, the Knight of Swords, because this person's sort of realizing that they have to rush into the fray or rush into battle. And, it's sort of like now or never, right? Type of energy. So there is this idea of a gut level or an intuitive level feeling that I think some of you have right now that is showing up on this reading. You then do have the Leo type of energy here with the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is an amazing card of confidence, having courage, but more importantly, authenticity. The Queen of Wands is unequivocally the Queen of Wands. They're not trying to be anyone else. Okay, so particularly as it connects to this gut level feeling or this intuition that you have around completing something here, maybe with the Ten of Wands, like make sure that this is something that you want to be doing. Make sure this is aligned for you. This isn't somebody else's situation. This is your doing. This is your kind of the steps that you are taking. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's an element of like confidence, authenticity. The Queen of Wands may also suggest that you're quite busy during this period of time. On 5 days before, 5 days after the 24th or on the 24th. You then have the Ten of Wands here. Ten of Wands, it is a completion in the tarot. Tens can always represent cycles closing out or something completing here. But it says that there's a little bit more work to go, and you're okay with that, okay? This person is experienced. This person's ready and willing to do the hard work. Okay, they're carrying all of the wands. And each wand represents experiences that they've had up to this point that help them continue forward on their path. So I really like this for you. Let's go ahead and move to the middle column here. You have the Ace of Swords, the Queen of Cups, and the Tower card here. Okay, so with the Ace of Swords, I'm expecting to see a lot of aces, and you're the third reading I've done so far for this set, and every sign has had an ace so far. So aces can represent new beginnings in the tarot, and of course we are looking at a new moon, which on its own can represent a new beginning, right? And the Ace of Swords is nice. It's a breakthrough. It's a breakthrough card. It says that there's new energy coming in. There's maybe this opportunity here with the Knight of Swords and the Ace of Swords. This is like a double confirmation that there's a breakthrough, and also this idea that you may want to really go for something. You may really want to strike while the iron is hot. So as the swords also connect to communication, you could be getting word of something here that maybe, you've been waiting for, you've been waiting to hear around, you've been waiting for something here. And the Ace of Swords can sort of say, like, here it is, right? The other thing is this card is an energy of victory as well. So you can see the hand of God here, or the hand of the universe, kind of coming forward, giving you the sword here. You see the crown. Crowns can indicate victory or success in the tarot. So some of you could be on the path to some level of success here during this time as well. There is a choice here with the Lover's card that some of you are deliberating over, like some of you are thinking about here with the Ace of Swords and the Lovers. Again, this idea, like really make sure this is authentically aligned with the double queens here, Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups, not only authentically aligned, but also intuitively, emotionally aligned for you here. Also, if like during this time, right, when you think about the fire energy, when you think about Leo, it's like really important to do things that you resonate with, that are fun, that you feel intensely passionate about, that you feel inspired by, right? These sorts of themes here during a fire moon, especially a Leo new moon, like these things are kind of important. So any sort of new path that you're looking to do here, I expect that you will be somehow aligned to this. You know what I mean? Like this will be more so exciting than anything. You have the Tower, which can represent a change or an upheaval. Okay, so the Tower sometimes is the universe deciding for you. Okay, I want you to think about this. Sometimes in life where we kick something down, we kick the can down the road, right? We kick the can down the road. We know we have to make a choice. We don't make it. We put it off. We put it off. We put it off. Then the universe decides for you. The universe makes the choice for you. That's the Tower, right? And the card that comes before the Tower is, interestingly enough, the Devil, which you also have. All right, so there is a choice here, and I would say that, you know, it may be as good as time as ever to sort of go for that, to make the choice, to make the decision, to go down the path. Okay, we'll see what comes forward to clarify this Tower as well. But in the final column, you do have the Knight of Pentacles, the Devil, and the Emperor. All right, so the Knight of Pentacles, I love this for you. So here's the thing. You have a test from the universe here, the Devil and the Tower, right? And it's sort of like connected to this Knight of Pentacles and the Emperor. The Emperor is also a sign of success and victory. Okay, so you have this here with the Ace of Swords, the Emperor, and also authority. Okay, you may also be looking to set plans in motion or lay down plans for the future. You may be a builder, right? It's this idea of like being a builder is like building your life the way you want it to look with the Emperor and the Knight of Pentacles, and you may get word, or there may be results that come in for you. The Knight of Pentacles can indicate results. But here's the deal. You're also being met with a test, which is the Devil. Okay, the Devil, it represents our desires. And desires are not a bad thing. You know, it's okay to have desires, but do we allow our desires to get the best of us? You know, is the question with the Devil. Power also is represented by the Devil, which power is not a bad thing. It's how we wield the power. You know, are there abuses of power in your situation? Is somebody keeping you under their thumb? Is somebody, you know, creating a toxic environment or creating toxic energy? These things can also come forward with the Devil, right? You have it with the Tower, right? The Devil and the Tower. So there's something here that you may know with the Devil. It's like if there's something in your situation that you know you need to cut out, or you need to remove, or you need to put a hold on, or you need to stop. That's the Devil, right? And it feels good. Maybe it feels good. Maybe it's easy to stay in this, but you know you can't keep kicking the can down the road forever. That's the Devil energy, right? So some of you are maybe looking at this, or maybe a test here, but there's a nice result connected to success, maybe money, maybe career, with the Knight of Pentacles that wants to come in. Let's get more details. All right, let's move into the clarifications portion of this reading. All right, we'll start off by pulling some oracle cards for you here, Aries. All right, cool. Energy on the bottom, you have jovial, trust the unfolding. There is no wrong path, only choices that take you closer or further from love. Closer to or further from love. Okay? So we can use this term love in like a one-to-one personal relationship, romantic relationship energy, or we could say self-love, right? Or so let's see what this let's see if we get more messages here. We have Orion Manifestation Vortex. Focus your energy with unwavering faith to manifest the outcome you require. I like this card a lot. You then have Raziel. I think this has come in for all fire signs so far. The inner workings. There are hidden truths below the surface. Dig deeper. Yeah, every single fire sign has had this. So I think this is a time for you to go deeper on the inner workings, to go deeper on what sort of is happening, percolating below the surface for you. You know. You then have Metatron, heaven to earth. Your current situation is in alignment with your mission on earth. I'm not sure this is only the second time I've used this deck. I'm not sure if I've gotten this before. Metatron. Your current situation is in alignment with your mission on earth. Interesting. You then have Michael, spiritual acceleration. You are experiencing spiritual upgrades. Move forward. Okay. I'm very curious to see how the rest of the tarot cards look for you based on these readings. And then I think everybody's getting this too. Raguel, waves of healing. Be open and vulnerable, as this will initiate healing and harmonious resolution. I highlight the word initiate because this is a great time to take initiative. Okay? This new moon, great time to take initiative on something. All right, let's go ahead and let's take a look at what's happening here for you to clarify these tarot cards. Aries, I do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. And once again, I do hope things are going well for you. All right, let's see what we have. You have the Seven of Cups. You have the Ace of Wands. Okay, amazing. The ace that I'm expecting to see. So that's 3 for 3 so far for me on the readings I've done, and all fire signs. So Seven of Cups, Ace of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. I would say, like, if I could pick a tarot card for this new moon, it would either be the Strength card, which I believe I put on the thumbnail of this video, because that's the Leo card, right? Or the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is really perfect for this new moon. Ace of Wands is initiation in the tarot. It's the spark of life. It's starting on something that you feel really passionate about, that you feel really aligned to. Your current situation is in alignment with your mission on Earth, your Dharma, right? Metatron. And you know, this is all about, for you, yeah, like not really planting a seed. The Ace of Wands is more like lighting a fire, okay, and getting really, really excited, really excited about something. So you have this with the Queen of Wands as well, which is about your confidence. It's about your vitality. The Queen of Wands can also say, as I mentioned before, that you are very busy at this time. So I do think that there's like a really powerful new start, or beautiful or exciting new start that wants to kind of emerge for you on or before 5 days on or 5 days before, 5 days after this new moon in Leo, for sure, if this is your reading. And again, what you're initiating around this time may take some months to like fully play out, but this is a pretty critical point, right, for this situation. You have the Knight of Pentacles again, so there are results for you if this is your reading. Like, it feels, the thing that I like about the Knight of Pentacles is it would suggest that you have time in something. Okay, you have spent time in something. All right, in other words, you've worked for something here. Knight of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, right? This isn't just something that comes out of the blue. This isn't money that falls from the sky, so to speak. This isn't inheritances usually. This is usually derived from work, especially as it is connected to the Ten of Wands, all right? So even if you're not of like traditional working age, let's say you're no longer at a job, you know, maybe you have taken strides to set your home environment up in the way that you want to, or you have put your house on the market, or there's something that you have done in your situation that has led you up to this result that's coming, right? Hopefully you understand. And yeah, it's probably taken some work, right? You then have the Seven of Cups, which can indicate confusion or being a little bit overwhelmed. Why don't we go ahead and try to clarify what this means? You have the Eight of Swords, okay? Oh, nice. Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter energy, and then you have the Two of Cups. If you feel stuck around this time, I think that you are getting unstuck, so to speak. Okay, I really think that is not going to be a part of your path going forward here, at least for a while. Could you get stuck in the future? Sure, anybody could. But it feels like coast is clear here. There's a nice runway for you coming forward, okay? Eight of Swords is the idea of being stuck, imprisoned, so to speak. But the Ace of Swords is a breakthrough in life, especially with this fire energy here of the Queen of Wands, the Ace of Wands, and also, you know, Ten of Wands, but also the astrology, right, with the new moon Leo. And then this idea of the Tower, which is a shakeup, potentially, in one's life. Now, you have the Two of Cups with that, so could you meet somebody that you were really not expecting to meet, if you're here and you're single? Yeah. Or could somebody you're currently sort of like dating take a stronger step towards you? Yeah, that you weren't expecting? Could you develop feelings for this person in a way that you were not expecting? Yeah. The Two of Cups is partnership. It's a strong union between you and another person, you know? You then have the Wheel of Fortune, which says that your fortunes quite literally could be turning around. There could be a bit of luck on your side, and you feel this. The reason I say that is because the Queen of Cups is there. The Wheel of Fortune says your destiny is here. This idea, Metatron, your current situation is in alignment with your mission on Earth, is a different way of saying that, sort of, so to speak, like in a certain way. This is your destiny. This is where you're supposed to be going, the Wheel of Fortune. Now, the thing is, the Wheel of Fortune is always spinning, right? It only stops at certain points. So if you don't get on the wheel, so to speak, it will keep spinning, right? So you have a choice with the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune doesn't indicate certainty, but it indicates a choice connected to your destiny in a certain way that could be coming in, right? And I like the combination of the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune because it's like, whoa, here it is, right? Let's see what else we have. You have the Ten of Cups, amazing. You have the Empress, and you have the Five of Wands, okay? A little bit of an internal conflict for some of you here, okay? With the Five of Wands and the Emperor. You do have the Empress and the Emperor. This is the like the mother and the father in the tarot. These are on a different level, just counterparts generally, but this could be the mother and the father. I will say there's maybe a fertility sign here. Okay, throw that out there for you, or maybe one of your grandchildren, something like this, or one of your children. Yeah, this could be here because the Ace of Wands with the Two of Cups potentially, and the Empress is a card of fertility, but fertility in a larger sense in that it can also mean that you have fertile ground to start something here. And I would say, like, on that note, with the Devil, don't allow yourself to be pulled away from what you really want to be investigating at this time. Like, you really want to be initiating, starting. Remember, this is a great time to build confidence. You then have the Ten of Cups. You'll be pretty happy with this Knight of Pentacles timeline here. This Knight of Pentacles, again, event connected to or some update connected to money results, money progress. This is a great card of promotion. It's a card of profit as well. So if you're looking to sell something, there's a nice energy here with the Ten of Cups. I definitely like this for you. Let's see what's on the bottom. You do have the Nine of Swords. I will say, like, it's possible that some of you are just a little bit, like, frozen. Okay, I'm getting, like, this freezing energy for, like, just a small amount of, like, freezing type of energy, frozen type of energy for fire signs at this time, which is funny because it's fire signs. But it is coming in for your type right now, for the fire signs right now, for a while. So it's, like, minor, okay? So I think that there's an opportunity to sort of get unstuck or unfrozen here, so to speak. With the Tower, the Wheel of Fortune, some sort of surprise, the Ace of Swords. Like, yeah, there's a real opportunity to work through this here. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at the Kipper energies for you here, Aries. All right, let's see what we have. You have great fortune. Definitely like that for you. Privileged lady. Imprisonment, there's that Eight of Swords again. Coffin, marriage, and occupation. I like any business partnerships here seem to be, there may be something there. It seems to be pretty decent or unexpected at the very least with marriage, Two of Cups, occupation. That may be happening here. I also think that there is like a critical point here with certain relationship updates, timelines for you about next steps. And kind of like where you want to go there. There's an ending here with the Coffin, but I'm not really. Let's actually get a clarifier there. Okay, yeah, there may be an ending here. Yeah, that's possible. That's absolutely possible. But you have this freezing energy. I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah, there may just be something that is closing out for you here in relationships or in another area of your life. But you've got the freezing energy, and I think that you're getting unfrozen, so to speak, or unstuck. Then the Great Fortune, Privileged Lady is a nice combination. Great Fortune is the card you want to find. It's an increase potentially in the money that you're seeing come in, or something along these lines with the Wheel of Fortune, Knight of Pentacles twice. I like that for you. On the bottom, you have courtship. Yeah, I think that there is a choice to be made here in relationships. Remember, lovers was on the bottom, so. Aries, this is what I have. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll most certainly be talking to you again soon.